Hello again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the stellar Steve Frazier.
Hello, everyone.
And we're doing a commentary for Gremlins 2 today.
Finally.
Oddly enough, it took us about as long to get around to doing the commentary for a sequel as it took for them to get around to making the sequel.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A little over 6 years for us to get around to this, but you can go back, listen to our old Christmas commentary, our original one, and get caught up on that, but perfectly fine. Let's jump into this one. So, guys, you have your own copy of Gremlins 2. We suggest turning on your subtitles to follow along the film, and get your time stamp over to 0, and we'll sync up with a countdown. So, in 3, 2, 1, play.
If I remember correctly, we got the Warner Brothers. I didn't bring my Warner Brothers ball cap. Son of a bitch. If I remember correctly, Gremlins was our third commentary that we ever did.
Yeah, we did right after Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah, we did the couple Elm Streets, and then it was Christmas time, so we said, let's do a Christmas one. There's my guy, Daffy Duck, my favorite Warner Brothers / Looney Tune character.
I haven't watched this in years. I didn't do a refresh on this whole thing because I figured I knew it well enough, but it's like I didn't remember any of this opening animated thing until I started reading the trivia stuff. And apparently on the home video versions, the DVDs and Blu-rays, this is further extended than what it was theatrically.
Yeah, I think they made a longer one, and then it was too confusing in the theater, so they cut it down.
Yeah.
And did I read correctly that Mel Blanc actually produced this and voiced it?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's pretty spectacular.
I mean, Joe Dante was such a big fan. If you know, there's a lot of discourse to talk about that Twilight Zone movie, but his section of it is one of the most acclaimed ones, and it's just a zany, live action Looney Tunes experience type of thing.
New York City. The Twin Towers, there they are. It's still weird to see it, right?
Yeah.
Like we know it was there,
and
it was such an iconic piece of the skyline, and we know the tragedy, and it's it's so weird to see it, and I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not. A lot of this flyover footage, it's either repurposed in this film from one of the Superman films or got repurposed into something else. I think it would be the reverse. I think it was probably shot for something else then reused here with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Just grab it from the library.
Just a flyover, whatever. Yeah. There's a great boxy limousine that I love. Christopher Lee, your boy. So, Dick Miller's back.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be back.
Okay.
It was only up until he passed a few years ago that, he was like Joe Dante's lucky charm. I gotta find a role for him in everything I do just to make sure things go well.
Yeah. Well, he's so great, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he makes everything better by being there.
This feels like a backlot.
Yeah. You're co-producer as well as
interesting.
Doing the practical, physical stuff.
Interesting. Jerry Goldsmith.
Oh, yeah.
Our perennial favorite.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't really turned in very many bad ones.
No. Robert Picardo, fantastic actor. Another Joe Dante staple. Back to The Howling.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I've seen this exactly twice. I saw it in the theater.
I saw it in the theater as well.
There's our...
Some very vivid memories. We get to the more heightened sequences later on.
Right, there are some very... Oh, Charlie Huss.
It's
not the wrestler, Charlie.
We're Shelton Benjamin.
Where was I going with this? So I saw it in the theater, and then I recall watching it once on home video, and that was probably, 25 years ago. I haven't watched this in, a generation.
It's been a while for me. I mean, I had it on DVD for a long time. I maybe watched it once. With John Glover, man. He's all over. This is his ace card of a film.
It's a very kind of Donald Trumpian character.
A little bit. It's a little bit on that.
Which, he was trendy at the time.
There's a little Ted Turner in there as well. Big media mogul
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. He just reminds me of Trump. Not President Trump, but business guy Trump from the 80s.
Sure.
Because those are two very distinct characters.
Personality, yeah. But they're definitely taking the big cable media mogul type of thing from Turner.
I just don't... Turner wasn't very, like, out in the public, I don't think.
Not as much, no.
You know, like, Trump's always been a camera whore.
Yeah.
If the red light's on, he's there.
Yeah.
And I always felt like Ted Turner had his moments.
Yeah.
And he was a character himself, but he was like a real genius. Like, he was a true business
Cable wouldn't have
genius.
been what it was in the 90s without him pushing all kinds of boundaries in the 80s.
Right. And so those two are, like, while they're cut from the same cloth, they're so very different.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This guy just strikes me more of a smarmy guy than and like I feel like Ted Turner's a baby face.
If he slapped on a southern accent, it would be more obvious.
Yeah. But Ted Turner's a good guy, you know what I mean? And there's Rambo.
Yeah. Stallone pretty much signed off on this stuff. I think they went with it was both between this and UHF the year before, the Weird Al where he was doing the big thing and whatnot.
I love UHF.
Sly signed off on it. He was easy with the jokes and everything.
Ooh. I might lobby to do a commentary for UHF. There might not be any market for it, but I friggin' love that movie.
I only got it on DVD. I haven't watched that one in forever either.
I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. Yeah.
Well, let us know if you're interested, people. It's pretty good hairpiece on Picardo. I think there's a little bit of something on the hairline, but it was pretty all right. I have no idea what building this is in New York that they're repurposing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not even in New York.
Could be a Toronto thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't recognize it either. We need some of our world travelers to chime in. Daniel Clamp. It even sounds like Donald Trump. Kind of. It's got the same cadence. I get that you run an antique store with old stuff, but how about you clean the shit off, right? To make it appealing to the customer? Like, maybe take a dust rag to some of these cobwebs?
Maybe a bit.
I love Gizmo so much. I think it's one of the best animatronic, like, characters ever made. He's cute. He's lovable. It's Howie Mandel. I mean, there's... What's not to love?
Oh, look. Fantastic shot there. They might have done... I feel like they might have done like a rear screen projection bit on that, but it was really well written.
Look at the little fella.
Even that's a nice blue screen. It's not showing his hand much. It's done very, very well.
You didn't see a lot of him walking around in the first movie?
No, I don't think they would. They tripled the budget on this thing from the first one, so they really wanted to... All the budget in the first one really went into the animatronic stuff, I bet. Times Square, no bat symbol in this one.
Right. It's clearly Times Square because Coca-Cola's owned that exact spot for 100 years. So that was the northbound view, or north-facing view.
Sure.
It's like the M&M store right over there now. Look at this outfit she's wearing. Is she a flight attendant?
She looks like it. BK.
Possibly a dirty movie theater there.
Yeah.
We're right in the transition period.
Yeah, right on the edge of it.
Where it went from being just a shithole to being the epicenter of all tourism.
Yeah. I was doing my Sea of Love video for the Pacino film. It's like, shot in 88, it's like, it's still grimy.
Yeah.
A lot of sleaze still there, but you're just inching a little bit further towards it. You just watch a couple of films, 89, 90, 91. It's phasing.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Wow, just what a cocksucker. Just pushing. Well, that's what you get.
That's what
you fucker.
Get. There you go.
Oh, there goes the blonde. She's about to bring us tea and coffee and remind us to fasten our seatbelts.
Yes. To walk around with that cap on.
Right. This is kind of a take on the NBC page system, I suppose.
Well, that's definitely fashioned over the old Trump part of the deal book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're definitely all over it. They know what they're doing.
I never read that book. I wonder.
No.
I wonder if I can find it. I need to pick up a copy of that Trump book from the 80s. Because I mean, it was like a bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested to read that book. Now that I'm going to write that, I'm going to make myself a note.
She's fired.
What is this red hair? I mean, that's not natural. That's a dye job all day long. Nobody comes out looking like that. Look at it. He's got paint left over on his desk from yesterday.
It's all dried out now.
Well, no shit.
That's nice.
It's very weird, right? Unauthorized potted plant.
Like the damn HOA in your office.
I know, like, Jesus Christ. Maybe you're allowed to have a picture of your kid, but you can't have a plant? I guess if it's real. How would it get any sunlight? Isn't that the point of a creative agency such as this? What good does it do to have a creative agency that limits the creativity?
The restriction of the diversity of ideas.
Right. Like, that automatically... Like, what a great way to make this guy just a heel.
A prick, yeah.
Yeah. And her. She's like secretary from hell.
Yeah.
Those gold chain bracelets, I love it. She's color coordinated, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's all like a kind of Brooklyn accent and stuff going on.
Yep. And what are these people's jobs?
Freaking command here.
Yeah, what is this job that they have? They're fucking air traffic controllers.
Got Die Hard 2 up in here. Oh, he's gone.
Wow.
It's like fucking 1984 here, man.
I know, and what's funny is, I do not work in corporate America, but I work for a publicly traded company that has HR rules and regulations.
Sure, yeah.
You literally cannot just say you're fired. Like, that's not a
little
thing.
paperwork to go with that.
You literally cannot do that anymore in today's world.
Right.
Is she not the cutest goddamn person you've ever seen in your life?
Yeah.
And these kids don't give a shit.
Nah.
I wonder if this is a real movie out of the old, like,
I get
Warner,
a feeling
Warner Brothers library.
Is, yeah.
And here we've got a direct Munsters rip-off. That's Grandpa, right? Grandpa Munster?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's Robert Prosky. He was, Christine,
oh, yeah.
what's his name? The Junkyard.
Yeah. Junkyard guy. Got it.
Yeah. Not Junkins. The Junkyard guy.
Right.
It gets confusing sometimes. But it's a great likeness of him.
Yeah, they did a better job here than they did with that Rob Zombie Munsters movie, which was a piece of shit.
Darnell, that's the name.
Yep, you got it. I couldn't think of it either. We just covered it. In the archives now, if you want to go back and watch Christine. in our Stephen King series. I feel like long gone are also these days of the horror host on television.
Well, because they're all on the UHF stations, and who gives a shit now?
Yeah, I just don't...
They're all just affiliates of all the bigger things, so it's like there's not really an avenue for it or a reason for it.
I know that locally here in Chicago, Rich Coase has been doing the Svengoolie gimmick for 30 years, and it's still on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rich Coase if you're listening. You're probably not. But, that one is still on, and he still promotes
still making the appearances all over the place.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. His old-timey, just schlocky 70s B horror that he shows. Mr. Donut. I want a Mr. Donut. I love a good donut. I love Grandma there, just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Slice of life.
Splice of life.
Splice of life. Oh, splice of life. Oh. Makes sense now. Whoa. Here we've got,
She's from SNL, isn't she?
Oh, is that Pat? What's her name? Yeah, it's going to come to me. But yes, that is...
Slipping and sliding on my brain.
Yep.
So there's a lot of cast on this film. It's hard to keep everyone straight.
Right, and there's Christopher Lee.
Oh, yeah. Interesting thing. Christopher Lee did Howling 2.
Okay.
And he comes on this film, directed by Joe Dante, who did The Howling, and he apologized to Joe Dante for doing The Howling 2 because it was such a bad movie.
Well, I do respect people making a payday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Julia Sweeney.
That's it.
Go. Yeah.
Sweeney. I think she was active on Saturday Night Live during this
I'd imagine,
show.
yeah, she was up through the 90s.
Just a cow with a head gimmick on. Could very well be a Peltzer head gimmick if it were.
And these two guys, they're in T2, the security guard where the T-1000 comes up from the floor and everything.
This is the guy, right?
Yeah.
There's only one, but they, right?
Oh, no, they're twins,
right.
They saved on a special effect by hiring a pair of twins.
That makes sense. Yes, I remember this now. Look at poor Giz.
Oh, yeah.
It breaks your heart.
Oh, yeah.
This was before T2, actually,
right?
Right?
Year before, yeah.
So they went from this thinking, this is my big break.
Yeah.
And then they were killed by the T-1000.
Robert Patrick. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves Fats Domino.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Look, Danny's effects, man.
It's so good. I just love Gizmo so much.
I've been wondering if they actually did. These are like digital composites instead of doing optical stuff because I can't see any like blue screen bleed through with the fur or anything.
No,
it's really well done.
Oh, he's gonna do the little air guitar.
Yeah. Oh man, just
the terror.
It doesn't take much to break your heart with this character.
I know
all,
the
man.
terror in his
such a
face.
Good job.
It's perfect. Gizmo's a perfect character.
Oh, yeah.
God, Christopher Lee looks like he's 60 here. He might be.
He was north of 90 when he passed away in 2014.
All right, well then, yeah, he would have been in his 60s, yeah.
It's about a quarter century after this.
And he made, the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, what a career.
Oh, just immense. There's nothing he didn't do. I love this entire thing. It's like it's all just like this.
It's automated, but it's
a prototype Bill Gates, Steve Jobs for like automated home thing, but nothing works.
Well, and that's on brand with the Peltzer gimmick, right?
Yes.
Like it's as if his dad Or manufactured
Got
the whole
bought
building.
out by
right.
fucking God
right.
knows
Clamp.
who.
Right. No, it's not by Sting, you idiot. This is where, like, okay, the unbelievable odds of this being, you know,
all running into each other.
All running
in this entire scenario.
You know, this is very reminiscent. I'm now putting together of our commentary in the archives now for Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Which takes place in New York, completely separate from where the first one takes place, where all of the characters suddenly reunite just on happenstance.
Sure.
And hilarity ensues that's not quite as good as the hilarity from the first one.
Right.
It's the same formula.
Hello.
How would
this one at least feels like it gives you a little bit,
a
tad bit more justification things, because, okay, Gizmo is already in Chinatown, and they're building this whole thing of redevelopment of the entire city and stuff like that, so...
I guess they
Billy
never...
just ending up in this corporation just like, okay, it probably employs about 100,000 people as it is, so...
I guess in the original...
They end up working in the same lab. There's at least a degree.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Something there.
I guess in the original...
It's not the wet band is traveling 1,000 miles out of their way.
Right, right. Hoyt Axton was on a business trip when he found Gizmo.
Yeah.
And we never really learned what Chinatown he was in.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It could have been New York City. Welcome to the men's room. Dude, I need to start saying that when I go into a men's room or when somebody else comes in. Yes. Welcome to the men's room. If I had it like on my phone where I could just play it, that would be tremendous. God. I was just at the airport. That would have been an amazing rib. Every time somebody, welcome to the men, welcome to the men, welcome to the men. I love this character. I love their chemistry. How would you not love Gizmo?
Oh.
I wonder whatever happened to the original Giz puppets.
I don't know.
If they're in a museum somewhere, or if, you know...
I mean, I imagine they probably held on to them for at least a couple years waiting for someone to pick up a sequel, because Dante was like... They came to him right after. It's like, oh, well... The first film is a complete story. I really don't feel like there's anything else I need to explore. It just feels like...
Right.
To do it is just a cash grab.
Sure.
So they kind of batted around a couple other people the next couple of years, and they eventually came back around, and Dante said, okay, I'll do it if you give me complete creative control on the whole thing. And he wanted to go and complete almost a satirical edge to the whole thing, because, I mean, obviously, it's going off in a lot more cartoonish directions. It's a little bit more goofy overall. It still has its moments of horror as we get to, but it's much more of just like an outright near parody of everything. He wanted to go off in a zany direction, just do something completely different, almost send up the first film to a degree. And it wasn't until I was looking at the entire information on the film did not make profit at the box office. It really bombed.
Yeah. It got my $4 or whatever, $3, whatever the matinee was.
My sister and maybe a friend or two. And probably netted about $20 between the whole lot of us.
Yeah, exactly. I like that suit he's got on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't love the shirt and tie combo with it, but, you know, whatever. It's funny how she's like a hanger-on, coat tailor.
Oh, yeah.
Because now, she hated him 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And now that the boss likes him, she loves him.
Oh, yeah.
We have our volume down and watching with subtitles, but it's up just enough to hear her ridiculous, New York accent.
Yeah.
She's really laying it on thick.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what has she got in her hand? It's a cigarette case.
Yeah. Just every shot.
Every
man,
shot.
I can't help it.
I know. The fingernails are a little creepy, but, other than that. Now, Giz.
Yeah, don't go exploring.
Why wouldn't you just... Why do you keep opening the drawer?
Hold up.
I don't understand.
All the tech they have here, and they're still using old fucking punch cards.
Well, that's what... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I say this about all the movies that are futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have innovative ideas, but they're all kind of predicated...
Overshooting the ideas.
Oh, they're predicated on ideas that are the current technology.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't feel... I don't know, there's a lot of times... now, I know this one's not supposed to be set in the future, but it is supposed to be an advanced technology thing, so that doesn't really fit. But movies that, like Back to the Future 2 or whatever...
Right. The production design is so 90s, man.
I know. So the idea is that he's going to go out with her to placate her, and Phoebe Cates is going to take Gizmo home?
Yeah.
Got it. Was Casablanca a Warner film? I guess it was.
Yeah. Oh, John Aston. Uh-oh.
A drink of water. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Good thing it's the handyman taking a drink. Water fountains are very fickle, by the way. Why aren't you running away, Giz? Yes, just go.
I'm so afraid for him. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He really is one of the most brilliant creations in the history of cinema, man.
I agree with you. You're the handyman. Oh, no, Giz.
Oh.
It's like shooting baskets there.
Huh.
Regular Michael Jordan. Apparently they're bouncing Super Balls. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, he's ugly.
Looks like a raccoon. That one's got buck teeth. Why are the offshoots always so unattractive? I guess that one's not. He's just googly-eyed. Like, clearly, Gizmo is the prodigy of a watered mogwai who's reproducing.
Unless there's some other
mating,
unknown way of
unmating
producing.
Ritual. Yeah, it's possible.
Nah, it's got uglier.
But so as we learned in the original, it's the water just replicates them.
Yeah.
It's the feeding that turns them into the gremlin.
Molts them into something worse. Yes.
Right. So, like, it's the next level.
Yeah.
So, but this one already coming out as a heel, it's weird, right? Like, they should all be fairly...
docile.
Right. At least at this point, at this stage. That makes sense to me. But this does not. And apparently the gestation period is like minutes, because like, what? Why do they have heat with Giz, like, right away? Technically, he's their dad.
I feel like in the first one it was a little bit more of a slow reveal. A little more subversive about the whole thing as they get birthed out, but you're not really quite certain what the implications are. This one's being a lot more upfront with it instead of like playing around with that.
Well, maybe it's
more just the sequelitis of the whole thing is like, okay, well, we already know that's probably the end game anyway. We're just going to cut to the chase.
Right? Yeah. Let's just cut the middleman and go right to the action.
I gotta find out where this fucking building is, man. This can't be all sets.
No.
This has to be a little integration with something real, but I think just said they shot in New York, but it didn't say where the damn place was. Yeah,
maybe if you Google, we're doing this live to tape, if you want maybe Google like a filming locations, Gremlins 2.
Daniel Clamp Building.
So she's got to realize that that's not Gizmo, right? Maybe she's not seen him in years, but...
Right.
Like, that one looks googly-eyed and weird. Now is the time to make noise, Giz. Logically, some of the things don't make sense already in this movie. Like, he's got a way out of entrapment when Billy puts him in the drawer and says, just stay there. What does he do? He gets out. So now he's entrapped with a way out and decides to just stay there. Like, it's weird. Ooh, ice cream.
Okay. At least for the exterior, they used 101 Park Avenue. Here's a recent photo on Google Maps.
Okay, yep. So. If you Google 101 Park Avenue right now on your Google machine, you'll see the video or the pictures of the outside of the building.
It says, however, the interior scenes were also shot in the studio, so I don't know if that means a little bit of both.
Look, Jacques Rougeau back there as the Mountie, as your waiter.
Yes.
Jolt Cola. You ever had a Jolt Cola?
No.
I had it one time. It's just got like double or triple the caffeine.
Oh, no.
Not that
a little much.
Not that great of a cola. Doesn't have the same crisp taste as like a Coke or an RC. I'm not a Pepsi guy. Spoiler alert. I don't even think they make Jolt Cola anymore. Oh boy. They tickle the balls a little bit there. Is that a chocolate mousse? Oh, chocolate mousse. Shut the fuck up with the antler. Molson is a very prominent beer in Canada. They I never would have thought that there'd be a Canadian-themed restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, what a weird thing.
Yeah.
Dinner box. Dude, fried chicken is so good. Oh, she's got the Peltzer juicer.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Oh boy.
Well, what a weirdo.
Looks like Tiny Lister.
No kidding.
There it is, yeah, on the right.
That was one that did work correctly for a minute.
A minute. It's the corn on the cob, man.
Yeah. With a belch. Yes, fried chicken.
Oh, no. Classic video.
Classic video. Yeah. That looks like a real upstanding...
Yeah.
It's got lockers inside. What? They just stuck classic video on the outside of the post office or something?
Mailboxes, etc.
Right. I don't think that was a thing then.
It's not a
Maybe it
thing
was.
now. They got bought up by somebody. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. As if you weren't in enough trouble as it is.
Yeah, no shit.
Hostess cupcakes.
Hostess cupcake is my favorite Hostess treat. Although, if you check out the new Casbar, the one that's got the caramel, not the all chocolate one, much better choice.
Oh, Twinkie. Twinkie's greasy.
I like it. Twinkies are not the same as they used to be back then. Those Twinkies are great. Today's Twinkies, they taste like a chemically almost. They're just not great.
They feel artificial as hell.
Yeah, they don't taste as good. They changed the Twinkie. It's also a little smaller than it used to be.
Well, after they did the bankruptcy and came back, things were a little scaled back in a lot of places, not as much filling.
Yeah. Yeah, it really isn't the same. Although the cupcake is the same. It's great, and the new Casbar also great. Don't know when the last time I had a ho-ho.
Eh.
We always used to get the generic ones at Aldi.
We preferred the Little Debbie ones, yes. Oh, there we go.
What the fuck are you wearing?
Fetterman's, there we go. Here's the start of the show.
Now, I was always under the impression that they died in the first one. Turns out they didn't.
Driven a little mad by the Gremlins.
Well, they also had a snowplow driven into their house?
Deal, yeah.
Look at this camera. And what is she wearing? I know I just said that, but let's reiterate. Murray is what a great.
He's a Cold War conspiracy theorist.
Yes, and has been ever since. In fact, he's the author, not author, but he's the reason that we know the word gremlin.
Yeah. Such a treasure, man.
Both of them.
Oh yeah.
Mice and stuff, rats, yeah. Foreign bugs. Oh, Jesus. Was Hoyt Axton still alive? Like, I always wondered.
I think so, because he was
he's not in this
Dan
movie.
Connor's father on Roseanne for a couple of
Oh,
seasons
you're
here and
right.
there.
He was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh, here's what's her name?
99 he was around till, so...
Oh, okay. I wonder why he wasn't in this.
Either A, they couldn't find a place for him, or maybe he was doing a tour or recording something for himself. He was a country star, so...
Right. Look at that. That's my kind of mogwai
nice
right there.
And thick. Oh. all over.
Mogwai and the M&Ms.
Yeah. Jerry Goldsmith.
That is Jerry Goldsmith. That's a great cameo. I want to say that Dante also has a cameo in this somewhere.
Probably.
And I don't remember where, honestly.
I don't know. It might... we'll say. She's trapped in spinning door.
Look at the hair on that blonde.
Oh, man. She looks like Kelly Bundy.
She's a hooker.
They might as well.
Spencer
They've
Gifts.
got everything else in this joint.
Look at the Spencer Gifts. I love it.
If you got a Spencer Gifts, you might as well have some hookers around.
Absolutely.
Brothel on the fucking 34th floor or something.
A fur
joint.
What do they call it? It's not a furry. It's a fur. There's a word for a fur store, and I can't remember it. How does she know that? Oh, because she's a page. Got it. I was going to say, how does she know where the water comes into the building?
Gives the tour.
She gives the tour. That's all right. Good call. This is very Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
There's Mr. Nakatomi. Now, why wouldn't that guy just call over the loudspeaker and say, "You're fired," like the other guy did?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Meanwhile, they got to rent a cop.
Yeah.
Looks like I caught a terrorist. Doesn't hold up well.
He was also in The Burbs, and he was also in... I think he was also in Die Hard, the guy where they're going to cut the power to the tower and everything like that. Saying, I call downtown. No, you cut the power now, or else I got the authority of the United States government. Yeah. I can never... He passed away a couple years ago. Never remember his damn name. Pull up. Rick Document.
Okay. Doesn't ring a bell, but I know the guy.
Yeah, it's one of those guys like, I've seen you around here and there and everywhere. I just never really click with the name.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. On the fast track now.
I will say it is interesting. What is this? Is that guy looks like Ben Stiller?
Maybe it was. Sight gigs everywhere, man. There's no reason for it.
No.
Why not?
Why not have mimes? I mean, absolutely.
It's New York. I mean, come on.
I will say I do kind of like the premise of we have to contain the threat to this office building.
Yeah.
It feels more succinct, actually, than in saving an entire town.
Right. TV dinner time.
Speaking of Die Hard.
At least he's the right size.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to fall through the vent.
Fucking Bruce Willis ain't fitting in here.
Absolutely not. And it's not meant to support the weight of a man.
Yeah.
I don't know how much a mogwai weighs, but it can't be more than 10 pounds.
Sure. If even that.
Well, yeah, I'm saying. Like, it could be 2 pounds. I don't know.
Oh. So cute. It's the cutest thing ever, man.
It is. And of course he lands right under in the goop. His poor children. How they've morphed. He's getting slimed like you can't do that on television.
Yeah. Because Rick Baker did not do the first one, but it was a little bit of a thing getting him involved with this one because, like, okay, well, I'm not doing my own thing. I'm kind of copying off of someone else's work. But it was eventually Dante saying, like, you can kind of go to town and make a lot, because they're doing a lot more distinct Gremlins on this thing. They got all the different
characters, right?
Weird different versions of them from the genetic splicing and stuff like that. You can go to town and do a much more distinctive version. So it's like, okay, I can already say that is more his own. So that's how they got him locked in. And I mean, he's one of the best makeup effects guys ever. So I mean that's a major get for this entire film, because there's a lot more work involved with these guys on this one. Oh, god damn it.
It's like Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah. Call all the films out. Oh. Get in so much trouble.
What a stupid fucking hat. It looks like it has a belt buckle. I realize it's a C.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
possibly a clamp.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But it looks bad. It looks like a belt buckle.
Very tongue-in-cheek ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is... I mean, they're shooting this 89. It was like they've gotten the 90s aesthetic completely down. The gray and the silver and the glass and the marble.
Yeah, it's very modern for the time.
On the right here, it's a Hunt for Red October.
No shit. I mean, Alec Baldwin going to drop in out of the ceiling here in a minute. CCN, kind of a knockoff of CNN, owned by Ted Turner. Fuck this arrow.
The Archery Channel.
This feels a little UHF, doesn't it?
A little on the
Wheel
edge
of Fish.
Yes. Is that the same actor?
I don't know.
God damn. There's too much cast in this damn movie. I'm pretty fucking certain.
You think that's the Wheel of Fish guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Microwave with Marge. What a show. Bologna and beef dip.
It is.
That's
it's
the
Cooney.
same.
It's Cooney.
That's the Wheel of Fish guy.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
That's unbelievable that I just pulled that out of my ass. And it happens
so
to
many
be...
connections here. It's out of control, man. We're having a wild time.
That's unbelievable.
We're inching close to the UHF commentary already. Oh, there we go.
That's awesome. That's a great review.
That's fantastic.
Is this
Look at that.
Midpoint? Are we at the midpoint? Yep.
Yeah, we're close to it. It's about an hour 46. Oh. Yeah.
Because that'd be a great midpoint, is the first Gremlin reveal.
God, he looks terrifying.
That's how, yeah.
That's incredible work from Baker. Holy hell.
They make replica Gremlins.
Yeah.
I don't remember what company. It's off the top of my head. It's right tip of my tongue here. Anyway, they're like $300.
Okay.
And I've wanted one for so long. They stand, I don't know, about 2 feet tall, maybe a little bit bigger, and they're just amazing. But yeah, they're real expensive. It's the same company that does some like Halloween masks.
Okay.
And
the only name that comes up is NECA, but they don't do big scale stuff. I don't know who.
I've purchased from them, and I don't know. My old ass has terrible memory. Oh, brownout. She's been in a whole bunch of things, too.
Yeah.
Great character actress. This one feels a little cartoony for me. Like, I get it that they're supposed to be... this isn't a horror movie.
Not outright.
But
there's splashes here and there.
Like, what's happening? That one's... The bucktooth one is just kind of bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
And that one, the googly-eyed one, is really just bizarre.
Yeah.
That one feels like a bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the other two don't feel like a threat, though, because they're just stupid.
A little bit. I think it picks up when we get to the genetic splicing stuff.
You can't. She's upset because they're putting the dishes in the microwave. How about you put the gremlin in the microwave?
Yes.
But they already did that gag.
I think
right? in the first one, so it went kablooey.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Like that, only Marge. Marge is a great name for a character like that. Oh, good. More water.
No.
Now, we never decided if water makes the gremlins multiply, but I guess it does.
Well, yeah, because remember in the first film, they were jumping into the pool or whatnot at the YMCA. Oh.
And when you're already a gremlin, giving birth means you give birth to an already made gremlin.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
I'm just trying to understand the lineage here.
Oh, my lord.
Cooney. So stupid. Yeah, I would call that something weird.
Yeah.
Now, okay, call me stupid right now.
Sure.
But if the sprinkler system goes off, that triggers the fire alarm in the entire building, no?
You would think it would.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to. I can't see a world where the sprinkler system goes off and the rest of the building's not alerted. Great jawline on that guy, too, for a bad guy. Why would they have some sort of system to detect infestation? That doesn't make any sense to me. This is hilarious.
Lord.
Love the spikes on
yeah.
that. Almost like fins on a fish. Kind of like her damn hat. Oh, I forgot they speak English.
Yeah.
That looked a little iffy, but whatever. Oh, that's all it takes?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't even have that technology now, so that one I give credit to. Like, that's cool. What a weird guy. Like, he doesn't even know what to do with himself.
No.
Like, what's your job? Like, people are busier than that. Making decisions. Let's see, we got football. I was trying to see what else was on the TV. What? Why?
Oh.
What? Apparently the Gremlins have a nefarious nature that... I feel like if I picked up a sandwich that had a mousetrap in it, I would probably know. That's a great-looking gremlin, though.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, coffee. Yes, please. Cheers. He kind of reminds me of the guy from Wings, Weber.
Oh, Steven Weber?
Steven Weber. He did that Shining TV miniseries. He reminds me of him. Those flowers are gross.
Yeah, they're definitely plastic.
I just don't know why anybody... That's a very 90s aesthetic, too. The lavender and pink and green. Like that combination of hunter green and pink is so 90s.
This is a nice setup payoff.
That's pretty great, yeah. Vegematic there. I mean, that's one way to kill a gremlin, right? I kind of like it.
Yeah,
gross.
Looks like guacamole.
That's...
Oof.
This is actually, is this our midpoint? No, now we're a little past it. Because...
Yeah, it's a little undefined, yeah.
Right, because I would say the first reveal of the Gremlins a good one.
Yeah.
Also, the verbalization of the problem and solution is a good one as well.
Yeah.
But clearly they kind of just fishy, you know, it was a little fluid.
Yeah.
That middle.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's nice when it's like on the nose, but what is this?
Got a drill.
They have really long arms, these gremlins. Really long arms.
Ah!
This is kind of scary, though. Like, if you're... I was 10. You were 10.
Oh, yeah. There's a particular moment coming up later on that really freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. We'll get there.
Oh, like zero gravity here. Like, that looks a little bad.
Yeah, it's a little dodgy. Yeah, I mean, it's good that it's just flashing lights and short shots and everything. Yeah, it's a little...
Ew.
Oof.
That's one way to kill a bunch.
A lot of dry cleaning going on here.
Oh, Jesus. Is there, like, smoke in the building? Why is it foggy?
Definitely a cinematographer's idea to create some atmosphere with the lighting
it's
and everything.
It's like a hazy... I don't know, it's weird. Maybe it feels more like you're in a bad situation. Like if it was bright and cheery in there, it wouldn't feel as urgent.
Leonard Maltin.
Yeah, it is. The movie Police.
Apparently
he's watching Gremlins.
Yeah, apparently he did have a very negative review for the first film, and now they're kind of like spoofing it. But you're getting a little far on the meta things on this regard, okay?
Yeah. Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little too in-jokey for me.
Yeah. Velcro, 2 for 1. The Gremlins love just torturing poor Giz.
Yeah, Maltin was never one of my favorites as a kid. There's those guys. I think it was guys on like WGN or PBS or something like that, like Peter Lyons or Stephen Lyons or the case. Those guys sneak previews. I like those guys better.
Yeah. Well, you know, famously, Siskel and Ebert were the ones, and they were from Chicago as well.
Yeah.
And they came together because Royal We Chicago, has 2 major newspapers.
Yeah.
The Chicago Tribune and the Chicago Sun-Times. And Gene Siskel worked for the Tribune.
Yeah.
And Ebert wrote for the Sun-Times, and they said, let's take these two, stick them together, and they can do a TV show.
Yeah.
Now, I hate Roger Ebert. I disagreed with him almost completely all the time. Siskel was more my guy, which I guess is good that you developed a taste and therefore you relied on that person's, you know. I also famously attended an event one time where Roger Ebert nearly ran me over.
Yeah, you mentioned before.
Well, not everybody's listened to every show.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Just acknowledging.
Not a fan.
Richard Roper's a bit of my taste, my vibe.
Right, Richard Roper.
Most times, yeah.
He writes for the Daily Herald, which is a suburban newspaper.
He's very fun on Twitter. He's a very good follow on Twitter.
All right, then. He came out with sunglasses.
Reading glasses, yeah.
What in the world? Very weird, right? This is weird.
I could feel like this could be a point where all the audience who loves the first one is kind of falling off a little bit.
Well,
it might be jumping a little beyond their desires for what they wanted to see on the film.
Like that one just sprouted wings.
Yeah. I mean, the Bat one, the Spider-Man one, it adds more to the horror aspects. This one with the brain gremlin,
it's weird. It's not.
You got to stretch yourself a little bit further to accept it. I mean, as a 10-year-old, it didn't bother me or anything, but you could definitely look back and say, maybe someplace. Not that they're bad ideas, because they're definitely playing goofy and it kind of works, but.
Well, yeah, but that one makes sense because it's an animal.
Right. Animal mutation type of idea.
Genetic sunblock. So that they don't get exposed. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Look at the eel, or not eel, it's a, damn it, I forget what it's called. That fish.
But you can definitely feel like, I can see it not being like $100 million grosser and stuff like that. It just feels a little out there.
There's no charm to this movie.
It doesn't quite have that. We haven't seen Gizmo, aside from the little thing with the
torturing.
The
yeah. Well, they just had him. They had him roped up recently here.
Yeah.
That was after.
Yeah. It feels more stop motion stuff.
Yeah, it was a little grainy,
jerky,
blurry.
Yeah.
And now this gremlin is flying around outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the part where I lost interest on the rewatch. Pan Am.
Well, that ain't around.
R.I.P.
It's not around no more.
There was a TV show called Pan Am several years ago.
It didn't last long.
Christina Ricci was in it. It was one season.
Yeah.
I watched it because Christina Ricci was in it.
That Dick Butkus? That's Dick Butkus, right in the middle there.
Is it really?
Yeah. How the fuck you get all these people on this film? This is insane. The cameos, the expansiveness of the supporting cast, it's out of control here. No wonder it costs upwards of $50 million.
The brain here knows how to tie a tie.
Yeah. Right, better than I can.
Yeah, this, like, I get it that...
Yeah.
I like the fact that it feels like chaos, and it feels like they've overrun the entire building.
Yeah.
That part they've done a great job with. It feels like insurmountable odds.
Yeah, that's good.
And I like that. There's Marge back there. I think that was Marge. That's a very famous gremlin pose, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, finally a fire alarm.
I'm telling you, they would have been going off a long time ago. That's hilarious.
Oh.
I'm glad they came back to these two, because
Yeah, you gotta pick them back up.
it really only makes sense, you know, that if you're going to have them in the building, or in the movie...
They're still walking around with their luggage. They left the Billy's apartment like a day and a half ago.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And of course, the gremlin picked out him, of all people.
Yeah.
That's a little...
Yeah, we had those wonderful shots earlier of Gizmo moving around, but these are looking really...
poor. Is Bellucci still a...
they're not great.
Still a retailer? I wonder if Bellucci's still around.
Oh, scraping them.
And yep, keep snapping the photos. Now it looks like a gargoyle.
Oh, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, these effect shots don't look quite so good. They definitely don't hold up.
Oh, they really did go the gargoyle route, didn't
Yeah.
they? Why do they not make gargoyles anymore? New buildings don't have gargoyles.
No, they don't.
And why was that gremlin made out of Legos never available for purchase? Because
Come on. Get up on
what
it.
a missed opportunity. The bubble mower
I mean,
from Fisher-Price is a bestseller.
They got a hell of a lot of product placement to this thing. They got Lego, they got Spencer Gibbs, they got a couple others here and there.
Yeah, Fisher-Price. Hostess.
Yeah.
A camel.
Camel cigarettes.
Right. Sure.
Marla's smoking a pack or two.
That was Joe Cool, right? The camel guy?
Joe Cool, yeah.
Things and stuff. Great job, Lee. Very, very famous. Dracula and all these other...
Yeah.
And now, things and stuff
Things and
in the
stuff.
Gremlins.
Oh, here's the bet.
So I love it. So I worked at a cinema for
Yeah,
many, many years.
yeah.
This is really a real thing. Like, if the film were to get stuck, the light bulb is so bright that it burns through whatever
Oh, yeah, because they're all incandescent.
whatever frame
Yeah.
happens to be right there stuck in front of the bulb, and it looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
It melts.
Yeah.
And so the fix is you have to legit cut out, a couple inches of the movie and splice
Yeah.
it back together.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever the wiser. Like, you can't tell when a couple
Yeah.
frames are gone. And it's like the idea that the Gremlins are running the movie theater and have now spliced this into the film
Yeah.
is actually pretty fun. This guy, he's somebody, right?
Paul Bartel. He was also in the opening sequence of Chopping Mall. He's part of the Roger Corman
right.
stable of folks
Troop,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, boy.
Here it is.
Mr. Hulk.
Mr. Hulk.
Why would Terry go out dressed like this with his championship belt sit in the theater?
Which is interesting because this film gets released in June of 1990.
He's already lost
He's
the
not
strap.
he's not the champion where Ultimate Warrior is, but they filmed this in 89 when he was.
The Gremsters. That's a
yeah.
that's a Gorilla Monsoonism.
Oh, yeah.
Monsoon would always put stir after things.
Yeah, and when they went to VHS on this thing, they changed it around where like it goes like VHS static, and then it cut into some John Wayne film where they got some other guy to do a John Wayne impression to kind of do some other dialogue, but it's not nearly as funny.
So they didn't have Hogan in the VHS?
No, they kind of played it off to a different format in that regard because the film breaking doesn't work on the gag doesn't work the same way on a VHS as it did in the theater, so they kind of reworked it, but that scene is an extra on the DVD and the Blu-ray.
Well, that's good that they put it back.
Yeah.
Because that format never works again if you're watching it at home.
Right.
So it's nice to see the original.
Yeah.
I do remember Hogan being in this because
yeah.
obviously I was a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Not of Hogan, but of wrestling.
Yeah. Safety Channel. You know all these channels, archery. We did that one already.
Come on, Grandpa. And this guy.
Going all the wrong ways.
You're going the wrong way. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. And this one goes off the deep end, too, here.
What? Why? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Now he's goddamn Ace Frehley gremlin. Acid, do not throw in face. That's a legit. I mean, that's funny.
That's how you get Harvey Two-Face.
Well, now he's the Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom.
And this one is a tranny.
Yeah.
We now have represented the LGBTQ gremlin community.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you're not expecting this whatsoever, you go on this thing and it could really just swerve you right off the path.
It really does. I'm put out by, or turned off by it right now, sitting here.
Sure.
Like,
I never really minded any of it. It just, if I can shift the focus and the objective point of view is like, Dante did say it probably waited too long. It was 6 years.
Right.
It's not the distance you want to go for hitting on a sequel. It's just a little too long. And plus, there's nothing. I mean, did they have an animated series back then?
Who?
Gremlins?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't remember one.
It wasn't like Ghostbusters where you had at least some other marketing on another platform somewhere to keep the franchise momentum going, even though Ghostbusters 2 did not perform quite as well because it was a little bit of under-inspired film or whatnot, but...
Yeah, I also saw that one in the movie theater.
But like with the Back to the Future thing, okay, about 4 years. That's about just at the cusp of waiting... Maybe
too long?
Taking maybe just before going too long.
Yeah.
4 years is about the maximum, I'd feel.
Yeah, I feel like 2 is standard, 3 is probably perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and if you work for the Halloween franchise or the Friday the 13th franchise or whatever, it's 51 weeks.
Yes. There we go.
This is weird. It's too weird for me. You know what I mean?
It's very, very zany. It's all...
Zany's a great word for
Yeah.
it. Yes. Zany. One's got a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's had a trench coat and a hat or something, you know? Get up on it.
This is just liquid spider? That's what that
Yeah.
means? Like, what? That's not how genetics work. Oh, the bullet holes? They kind of forgot about old Giz here, huh?
I was going to say, it's a little... We've gotten a little shortchanged the last about, like, half hour from him.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Now I'm just looking at everyone on screen to find another
Right,
cameo
is there
somewhere.
more cameos? Yeah. I know, I'm pretty sure that Dante is in this somewhere. And I just don't...
Don't recall anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm not that familiar with what he looks like to pick him out. He's still alive, right? As we record this? That's what I thought.
He's actually... Because they did... there's an animated series on Max right now, R.I.P. HBO Max, but he's behind it called Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, yes. I've heard of.
I haven't heard much chatter about it.
I've heard of it.
But I considered watching it before we got up to this thing, but I heard how much of a fucking disaster the new Max app is. I don't want to bother with that shit.
Oh, I have it.
Okay. Thought the black guy was Eddie Murphy for a second.
And why are these two in here? That's funny. Now, there's no reason that the police would ever believe some kook on the side of the road. That's kind of a fun little character arc. Like, the realization that he wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
And he's not drunk.
More on the floor than inside of you.
Yeah. The liquid with a label on it just... Yeah. It's like, oh boy. That's not how mutations or genetics work. You can't just drink a spider and become a spider.
I like the fact he's just kind of a naivete type of guy. He's not this, like, malevolent sort of media mogul type of guy. He just feels like he's just kind of delighted by all this, the possibilities of technology and stuff like that. He's not really...
But doesn't that make it less believable? Like that this idiot could be the head of the entire corporation?
But also feeds in the whole thing like nothing in the fucking building works.
Well, okay.
It's just like he's kind of marveled by it, but it's like he's not really savvy about it all.
Look at that videotape.
That's got to be an old Betacam tape used for broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, look at the box.
There we go. The old sign off of the American flag business.
Yeah, every night at midnight.
Yeah.
You hear the national anthem, and then it went color bars, especially on
this feels like
Fox.
WrestleMania when they do America the Beautiful at the beginning of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Love the twitch and everything. He's so proud. I mean, Glover's just an amazing actor. I have not seen a single role where I haven't absolutely loved him in it. So delightful.
The front doors are the only way out of the building? You're telling me that's up to fire code? Speaking of fire things that aren't good? Next time I'm in New York, I gotta go down to 101 Park Avenue and take a photo.
Yeah.
I was just there not that long ago.
A few months back.
I wish I would have known.
Yeah.
I took a picture of the Plaza Hotel while I was there, but... Smoking a cigar. Some Sony product placement there. They think it's a comedy.
I think this is the sequence that scared the crap out of me.
Your office.
There we go. Yeah, the spider bit.
Oh shit. I forgot about this.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, there we go. Rocky training montage.
He was lifting weights earlier. I mean, that's funny. It's funny.
This is fabulous.
The old boxing news.
No, his escape elevator.
What an unbelievable.
Fabulous.
escape tunnel elevator. He comes up out of a potted plant in the middle of downtown New York City. There's a Penske driving moving van back there.
The Penske file. You're not Penske material.
No. I'm always scanning the background for something interesting.
Oh, yes.
Nobody thought to go in. All these reporters were begging to get in.
Right.
And nobody said, screw that guy, I'm going in. What is with this Goofy laugh? Like Goofy the character dog. The yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yuck, yucks.
God, we still have 20 more minutes of this business. The production value very high, though.
Oh, yeah. Put the money on screen.
No, what? Like it's
Gag City.
Oh, yes. It's too much gag. But you need it because it's sequelitis, like you said.
Right.
The lore is gone, so now it's antics.
Yes. I mean, they've been talking about a third one for ages now, and again, if ever, whenever they do it, it's also going to be practical. And I could do a bunch of CGI gremlins and stuff like that. One of the ideas I was reading is like, okay, if all these gremlins kind of bore out of Gizmo himself, maybe the plot is someone's coming after to just get rid of Gizmo altogether.
Well, that would make sense. A race of strange beings. That's a good way to put it. The one behind the bar is wearing a tuxedo. I like that they have bow ties and shit. Look at that shirt. It's got the Ghostbusters symbol with a gizmo in it. With a gizmo in it. Anti-gizmo.
Oh, I gotta find out that one's available someplace.
Surely somebody on Etsy or somewhere has created the red circle with the line through it over a gizmo. That's kind of fun. They're all drinking Budweiser.
A lot of product placement, man.
There it is.
There it is. That's more prominent, yeah.
I mean, that's funny that the Gremlins are wearing that. This movie's not without its,
finer points, yeah.
Right. Like, there's things. But it's definitely much more stupid than the first one.
Yeah.
Mindless, it's...
Yeah.
It's so cheeky and eye-rolling and...
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. The original feels like it's a heartwarming...
Yeah.
There's elements of fear and whatever, but
yeah.
There's that guy. He's been in a billion things.
He's definitely a New Yorker.
This feels like an action sequel, not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it has to, right? Like you have to go this route because you've already done the original one, which begs the question: why do this at all?
I mean,
and clearly it didn't pay off because it didn't even make its money back.
I'm trying to compare it because again the Ghostbusters comparison. Both of them came out the same day, didn't they? The originals, 1984.
Yes, Ghostbusters and Gremlins opened on the same day in 1984.
And they're very similar sorts of genre crossover type of thing. So, at least this one, compared to Ghostbusters 2, is at least doing original things. Ghostbusters 2 felt like everyone's kind of bored.
Other than the Marshmallow Man.
There's not a... Well, I'm talking about just in terms of sequel stuff.
Oh.
Ghostbusters 2 just feels like everyone's kind of bored with the roles. There's not really many new ideas. There's one really good supporting actor in Peter McNichol doing Janosch, going to town, similar to what Glover's doing on this film.
Look at this.
But this one's got at least has his back into it to do some things that the filmmakers feel are fun and exciting things for them to do. Ghostbusters 2 feels like everyone's like cruise control. I mean, these two are great contrasts. I mean, Marla's the saucy city girl and stuff like that, and
these little pocket scissors are ridiculous.
Here we go. This just no. I was having none of this in the theater, man. It's like no.
Look at this thing.
Oh my God! It's better than the ending of the It miniseries.
A little bit. We need to cover that.
Oh, we'll consider it. Oh my Lord. Just if the other effects look a little janky, they put some time into this one. I don't know what they're doing to make this thing work so well. They're not doing a lot of composite shots here. They're doing a lot more in-camera stuff.
That's a really great puppet, though.
There we go.
The gremlin spider. That might be the most well-crafted of any of them in both movies.
Yeah.
Like the spider one. Oh, because he drank that spider juice.
Yeah.
What's he got on the end there? That whiteout?
I'm trying to pick up whether or not they use the Rambo theme here, because it's also Goldsmith for both franchises.
Yeah, it sure is.
Figured they skip over that license.
But I will say I like the continuity, because in the original one he watched the car racing movie and then drove the car.
Yeah.
This one you saw him watch the Rambo movie and like it, and now he's emulating Rambo.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Gizmo is the best character in both films.
Oh, yes. And they haven't done enough with him. This one does feel a little shortchanged for him.
Now the building's actually on fire.
Yeah. Oh, no. They even had to do a parody of this one.
What? No, really? I forgot about this sequence.
Don't have time for this now. At least you don't let it go on for too long.
The story that she tells in the original about her father playing Santa Claus
I was very inspired.
Is maybe my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because it develops the character, and they basically shit on it right now with this one. I really don't buy that this guy can talk in English, and because he's spliced with a human or whatever.
Something or other. Reebok. Considering how much money they spent on the damn thing, they need this level of fucking product placement to recoup some cash. Hiding in the fucking trash.
Yeah, it's weird. M&M's there. Mars is a whore, though. They'll pay anything. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's almost reminiscent of the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I was going to say. But yeah, it is. It's really feeling overboard now.
Yeah. It grew tits.
Yeah.
Like, this feels on pace here. Like, this party atmosphere. I dig that. Because there's a lot of little subtleties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was another Rambo reference there.
It's like Billy Rosewood.
Jesus, Billy.
We gotta talk. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not good. Rain.
Yeah.
That's water. Oh, I see, because the sunlight. So it has to be direct sunlight, it can't be indirect sunlight?
I suppose so. We definitely missed a beat earlier on when
There's that Gremlin or Ghostbusters shirt again. Yeah. I think that's really clever. That one's wearing a toga. What did we miss?
There was some point earlier in the film, I don't remember exactly what scene it is, but in terms of like...
Warner Brothers logo, tattoo, fuck you, fuck you.
Well, it's them going over the rules and everything like that, and they're kind of talking semantics, the way people kind of talk about, like, okay, isn't it always after midnight? When does the cutoff happen upon midnight? And if they're going over, like, different time zones on a plane, does it shift here and there and everywhere? It's like... They're calling out the bullshit on certain things where they weren't quite as well defined in some ways. The little holes poked in the whole thing. So they've gone through the whole film trying to like send up the first film in a lot of different ways and just kind of like, okay, people like criticism about this or they had this, that, and everything. We're just kind of throwing it here and there.
She's like always nervously smoking.
Oh, yeah.
I Heart New York with a heart. There's a Brookstone. Ew.
Brookstone.
Don't mess with the fireman. Wouldn't they want the water, though?
Well, because they're unleashing the electric gremlin, so they're using the water as conductor so it can zap everyone.
Got it. Everyone's doing a popple. Remember the popples in the 90s? It was a stuffed animal that like folded into a little ball, and then you like unfolded it, and it turned into a popples. Look that up, kids. Popple. Great 90s toy.
Shocker here. Shocker.
Speaking of shocker, Desmond Child is releasing an autobiography.
Oh.
I have pre-ordered a signed copy.
As you should.
As I would. Anyone would. Shameless plug that has nothing to do with me. For, I think it's called Living on a Prayer.
That sounds as it should be.
And then there's a subtext behind that, and I don't remember what it is, but it comes out fall of 2023. Desmond Child autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to read that.
I mean,
Desmond Child with Paul Stanley wrote the Shocker song, which is how that was germane to the conversation.
Yes.
If anyone didn't pick up on that. Shocker available in the archives now, a favorite of ours. I'm melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Wizard of
I'll
Oz.
tell you that the practical effects on this thing are incredible. It's just a couple of the composite shots are a little dodgy. Which are always the things like, okay, there should be a distinction between visual effects and practical special effects.
The
now
cigarette
it's all
is
just
great.
visual effects because
That's all you do.
almost anything anyone does. But back here, I think I'd have to look it up. I don't know if they were doing specifically special achievement in effects work or something else like that. So it's
At the Oscars?
Yeah.
Visual effects were still a thing.
well, yeah. I'm just saying whether or not they distinguish it as just like special effects or visual effects. I don't know if there was a time where they shifted anywhere.
I
No, can't get in the building because it's all fucking
locked down.
locked down to shit.
Well, that revolving door never worked anyway. Oh, that one's wide open.
Proper door.
What?
Clamp leading the charge.
Jesus Christ!
It's a great bit.
Good God.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's news, of course. He's wearing that like a Purple Heart kind of style medallion. I've never been to Barney's. I think they're still a thing in New York City.
He's very great.
I am the cameraman. Next time I go to New York, I need to see if I can go into Barney's. It's very high end. She's got a fresh cigarette.
Oh, yeah. I just looked it up. She's done real estate. She's from New Jersey.
Well, so that's probably a real accent then.
Her name was Haviland Morris. I don't know where he got that first name from. Oh, look at that. Look.
That's everything she wanted, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she just wants to be with the boss.
Oh, yeah? Phoebe just has the fucking look.
Bird meatloaf.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ah, the New York accent kills me.
I didn't see Dante showing up anywhere. I didn't notice him. I think with all the other cameos, he would have found a spot for himself.
Yeah, I don't know what he looks like. Otherwise, I would have been.
I do.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if anyone in the comments can throw it out there, if we missed it, glance it over.
I read it somewhere, so maybe I can find the text wherever it was.
Goldsmith and Dick Buttkiss in here for crying out loud.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, he wants to build a town.
Yeah.
Clamp corners.
To crawl.
Oh boy, this is a little Trumpian, right? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the best, the biggest.
At least he feels sincere about it.
Well,
He's not full of shit. He's covered in shit, but he's not full of it.
Maguire.
Oh. See, yeah, the whole back half of the film just really shortchanged them aside from the rainbow sequence.
Dolls with suction cups staring out
Yes,
car
those are
windows.
all
Come
over the
on,
place.
come on. He likes that, man.
Yeah, the back half film doesn't do Gizmo a whole lot of anything. Despite the fact that's just the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. The world is squished in the clamp. Yeah, alright. Oh, Marge! Yeah, this feels like New York.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. Well, it has to be because they filmed it outside the building.
Yeah.
Clearly, all of the debauchery was on a set. But you're right. To your point, the early half office feeling had to have been shot in an office building somewhere.
Some part of it I feel has to.
Maybe it wasn't that one in New York City, but it felt like a real building.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be a lot of sets to build for this whole thing. I feel like some of the places in the thing where they're not wrecking shop and have to do 5,000 hours of cleanup on it.
What is the implication?
Could have been some practical stuff that they just build sets with the stuff they had to do more destruction for. Yeah.
What is the implication here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah,
on this.
It's a little thick on the gagginess.
I like the tiger lilies though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
No, thanks. Well, he's considering it. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. And I like a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
But that's a little weird. Is that how the movie ends?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's a little...
Okay, then. Howie Mandel gets special billing there. I
Yeah.
like that. Tony Randall. Okay. Well... And there's the Don and Dan Stanton.
Yes.
I wish that we could pause this. Time Winters? That's a bad name. Is this the same theme from the first one? I feel like it is.
I think it feels like it maybe sped up a tad.
Julia Sweeney, yeah. Trying to... Oh, Dean Norris was the SWAT team leader. He was on Breaking Bad.
Okay, yeah, he's a big deal.
Dick Butkus, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith didn't get credit as a cast, as an extra, so...
I don't know if he actually seemed like he had a speaking role, but I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, but sometimes it's uncredited just because...
whatever. It's not a big deal. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, Rick Baker, I mean, probably... definitely Mount Rushmore of effects guys.
Definitely. And everything I see, every interview of the guy seems like a really down-to-earth, easy to approach type of guy.
I believe he still does
very humble.
Like a school. Like I think
probably.
I don't know how much he's involved with it, but his name is on it. Yes. Thanks, Daffy. Love you. My very first email account that I ever had back when we were kids had Daffy Duck in it.
Okay.
I just love Daffy Duck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you can still go to like a Rick Baker school of makeup effects. Yeah. That's probably like the high end,
Yeah.
The Juilliard of that particular trade.
Yeah. That and the Stan Winston school that's around now,
right,
too.
Right.
I mean, you're getting aces on that.
Yeah, and I'd probably throw my buddy Greg Nicotero on that Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he doesn't have a school, but...
No, he's very busy.
Yes. It's a good callback. I like Daffy Duck being
Yeah.
on the credits.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have a New York unit. I wonder if there's going to be a
Toronto or something.
right.
Probably not if they're doing song credits by now. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll be like a special thanks at the end. You know how they do.
Maybe something. Film office somewhere.
That's well done. Go home, everybody. Basically. Created by Chris Columbus. Yeah, I forgot about that he wrote the original.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been him and Dante and Galligan all talking about the sequel potential for, like, I don't know, forever now. And I don't know exactly what the holdup is on them pulling the trigger.
We don't need it.
Are they not confident about it? Is it just they haven't locked down a full script yet? I don't know.
We don't need it.
We don't need it, no.
We didn't need this one.
It would seem so. Yeah, I mean...
Maybe if they get their act together, they could have it in time for the 40th anniversary next year.
Maybe.
Oh, that's brilliant. Chuck Jones.
Yeah.
Not, what did I say?
Mel Blanc.
I said Mel Blanc, yeah. Chuck Jones is what I meant.
And there's that
Amblin.
damn Spielberg logo.
Yeah, Amblin did, they were the producers on this. Kathleen
Yeah.
Kennedy and all them.
Yeah.
And the
Frank
Marshall.
Probably.
Yeah, the three of them. So, well, I'm glad we finally got around to it.
Yeah.
Didn't have a reason to, just, it fit.
Yeah, we just hanging around for so long, we just figured we'd just slide it in here when we could.
Thanks for putting up with it with us.
Yeah, well, let us know how you feel, and we'll be back soon. And let us know if you want us to do an UHF commentary.
I feel like
about it.
I feel like they do.
Okay, let us know, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.